TARDIS's kitchen! How the heck is everybody doing tonight? Hey guys, so tonight we are going to be cooking something a little different than we did last week. It is going to be a delicious beef bourguignon. Well, hello Aria, hello, how's it going? A delicious beef bourguignon. Now the thing is with this dish, normally it would take around 2.5 to 3 hours to cook, but in this version it's only going to take a half hour to 45 minutes or so, because we're using beef tenderloin, which is basically filet mignon. So that means that it's far more lean than the normal shoulder meat that you would use for a stew. Has a lot less fat, a lot less muscle tissue that would normally gelatinize as you cooked it for a while. So this will cook much more quickly. So that's why we use it, and that's why we're able to use it for this recipe. So we will be using that. Also, guys, song requests are on. Let's get this thing going. So I promise this week you guys can listen to music. Yeah. All right. All right, sweet. So, what up, Andy? Welcome to the TARDIS. Yes, these are the delicious ingredients that I have all set up for you right now. So, I'll show you the beef, which, as I mentioned, is beef tenderloin, aka filet, aka delicious. Whenever touching raw meat, you should always wash your hands. Don't want to get the icky spreading of the disgusting stuff. Okay, so absolutely get hungry. Yes. Yeah, do you remember how to turn the music down on your side, or do I need to do it? Dragon Master, remember the command? Alright, sorry. Okay, so I wrote this recipe down. So I'm going to follow my own recipe here. I did it in an order that makes sense. So, well, there's one more set of ingredients. There's one more ingredient. So I decided to go with frozen pearl onions for this because I've cooked with normal pearl onions before and they're kind of a pain in the ass to deal with. So I got the frozen ones, and I will be breaking another one of my rules tonight. And I don't normally do this, and it won't be in the screen, so nobody can ever say that I actually did it other than me saying out loud. But I'm going to be using the microwave. That's right. Normally Chef Mike doesn't make an appearance in my cooking, but for this, Chef Mike will make an appearance. I'm sorry, I hate it. Chef Mike can go die in a fire. I never wanted him in the first place, but I have to do it. I know, I have to use the microwave. So, if you're following along, you'll take 1 cup of the frozen pearl onions and put them in a microwave-safe dish, which you then cover. Paper towel. And what did I put down for this? Okay, for about 3 minutes. So we'll start with 2. So we cook those and put them over to the side when they're done. The next step is, okay, so we need to start moving some of these delicious ingredients out of the way so we can start getting down to the nitty gritty. So our next step is going to be cutting the meat. Alright, so sorry, old habit. Gotta wash the hands after every time you touch the meat. Don't want none of that cross-contamination, you know what I'm saying? Alright, so we get out the chef's knife. Now, every time before I cut something, I tend to sharpen the knife. You gotta keep your knife sharp. You want them to work for you. You don't want to have to work for your knife. Draven's here. What's up, Draven? Welcome to this craziness that you created. You didn't know, guys, Draven is responsible for tonight's dinner choice. Okay. So the first thing you're gonna do when you start cutting the meat is you're gonna cut it into about 2-inch cubes, maybe a little bit smaller. See how nicely the knife cut through, and it's sharp. You don't even have to push down. That's how you know you have a good knife. It does the work for you. It works for you. You don't work for it. So then you take those. Interesting little pattern we've got going here. Okay, so a bit of trimming, still necessary. You cut down the bigger ones a little bit more. Needs to be about that big. These cubes are about the right size that they need to be. In that neighborhood, you can cut this one down. Cut the whole thing. Pieces that look a lot like that. Try to make it pretty uniform. You gotta remember with meat, if meat's all different sizes, or at least far away from each other in sizes, it's all gonna cook at, different times. You want your meat to finish at the same time, or pretty close to the same time. So, you know what I mean? Manageable pieces so that everyone's in the same neighborhood of size. So you cut all these up, pull apart any stragglers that might have some tendons in between. Okay, now your meat is cut. Wash your hands. Drifting on by, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn. Can't emphasize washing your hands enough. I know it seems like an overly redundant thing. It's a new but whenever you're handling raw meat, you should always wash your hands after every time you touch it. It's a new life for me. Force yourself to do it. And I'm feeling okay. Good. So next, sorry, I gotta keep referring to my recipe. This will be the first time I've ever made this. I've ever made this before, so. You know how I feel. River running free. You know how I feel. Blossom on the tree. You know how I feel. It's a new dawn. It's a new day. It's a new life. Okay. Point one, cat drives meat. And I'm feeling good.
Dragonfly out in the sun, you know what I mean, don't you know? Butterflies all having fun, you know what I mean. Sleep in peace when day is done, that's what I mean. And this old world is a new world, and a bold world for me.
Okay. We're using already ground pepper. I'm sorry. I apologize. Mix it up.
Stars, when you shine, you know how I feel.
And all that good stuff in there. Now you're gonna want to set one cube to the side. Come up with something I think is pretty interesting for that one. So you pull that one up to the side. Wash your hands again.
And I know how I feel. It's a new dawn. It's a new day. It's a new life for me.
Hands washed. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, before we get started really, although we've been started, tonight we will be enjoying another delicious beer from the Lips of Faith series from New Belgium Brewing. And use the green one to wipe it off. And that will be the 2016 La Folie, which is a sour beer. What's up, I'm in a biz? What's going down, my friend? Welcome to the cooking stream. Hope you have a good time. Hope you hang out, man. This is a lot of fun. So it's a sour beer. So cheers, my friends. There we go. Cheers. Enjoy. All right. So after you salt and pepper the beef, you're gonna want to heat your skillet. If the pan or the burner will ever go on. You want to use a little bit of oil. I just use a little virgin olive oil. Enough to give the pan a nice coat. I love that you guys can actually see everything today. Expert setup on the cameras, huh? Expert. So you're gonna set those in the, you're gonna set that in the pan, turn it up to a medium-high heat, and let that come to it when it starts to shimmer, right before it starts to smoke. When it gets hot enough that when you dip the meat in, it starts to sizzle immediately. Is it too loud? And I can turn it down on my side too. Just go down to 15, like 10 or 15. Alright, so we're waiting for this to heat up still. While we do that, we should open the bottle of wine. We've got a Merlot, a lovely Merlot. Okay. Woo! All right. So the pan's heating up still. Okay. Okay. I've never made this before, guys, and I wrote myself down a recipe, so I'm following the recipe that I wrote for myself pretty much. It's got a little fat cap on it, so let's get rid of that. It's making things a little tough.
But I crave the life that he craves. Revel in the songs that he plays. My angel
Chop it up real finely.
I can love.
Put it to the side. Get your bacon. I find it's easier to kind of double it up, lessen your time, go through it a little bit more quickly.
But from him I never want to part. He's been there since the very start.
Chop it up nice and small. Doesn't have to be uniform. Just has to be bacon. Hands real quick. Okay, now we'll flip this beef. It's getting a little hot. Turn it down. Touch. Oh, look at you. You're so angry. You're so angry, aren't you? Yes, you are. Look at you. Oh, you look beautiful. Smile for me, baby. Haha. Alright. Looking good, Beefy McBeef. Looking real good. So we get everything flipped over. Cook it for a little bit. A little bit longer. Woo. Shown up. Ah, there's a breeze. Yes. That will help nicely. Very nicely. Alright. Try to get it brown on all sides. Don't want to neglect your beer either. If you're drinking while you're cooking, don't neglect your beer. Alright. So take out the rest of the beef. So now at this point, your whole pound, except for that one little piece that you kept to the side and just chopped up, should be browned and ready to go. Okay. I'm going to move this away from the heat for a second so it doesn't burn. Hold on. I'm not wearing my bandana tonight like an idiot. Okay, so then okay. Alright, so next I need to wait, we'll leave this out here on a paper towel. Next I need to put the bacon and the chopped beef. Oh, the bottle's right in front of the camera, my bad. Stupid! Tom, my beer, I know, I saw that. I'm stupid, I'm sorry. Anyways, so next, you'll take the bacon and the beef and put it in the pan. But before you do that, whoa. I will grab another cutting board and knife with which to cut the vegetables. So into this pan that you've already been using. Put the bacon and the beef right back onto the heat. Get this going. Where's my bandana at? Okay. So, this. So now you got this going. Get it back up to heat. Get this sizzling. And while it's getting going, you can chop up your mushrooms. When I use my mushrooms, I use the whole mushroom. Not afraid of the stem. Some people don't like the stem. I like it. If your preference is without it, it's ultimately up to you. These are pre-washed. I wash them myself before going on stream. If you're using mushrooms, you should always wash them first. Cooked or made. They're made in some pretty gnarly shit, literally. Okay. So I'm going to cook those like that, and then cut these into bigger pieces so that we can have a more traditional chunk mushroom style, as well as the sliced mushrooms. Using the sliced mushrooms for a bit of body to add that extra texture. These ones are cut fatter. Maybe more like protein in their size. Their presence on the plate. Get those cut up. Okay. So now once those are cut up, everything's going over here. Get this going nice. Things browning. If you could smell this bacon, oh, it's delicious. I need to add vodka. No way. No way for vodka. So those are nice and brown now. So let me just make sure real quick. Okay. So now we add the mushrooms. Those in there, and we're going to let the mushrooms cook for about 4 to 5 minutes until everything starts to turn a little brown. It's a little bit more cooked. In the meantime, while that's going, we'll get some garlic going. You know how we love garlic here. Everything's got to have the garlic. So we'll get these cracking. You can hear that sizzling over here. The mushrooms are going to be delicious. A little bit of bacon and some beef. Wait till we put the red wine in. Oh my goodness. It's going to add all of the deliciousness. Just a little bit of garlic. So, chop the garlic up. nice thin pieces so that you can chop it easier. I think 3 cloves should be enough. Put that in. I don't usually like to take out the green part of the garlic either. I know that there's differing opinions on whether that's good or bad or whatever, but I'm of the opinion that it's delicious and it's a part of the garlic plant. So I'm not going to argue with it. I ain't going to fight it. It's garlic and I love it. Nice and chopped up. Okay. Chopped garlic. Oh, another thing is that in this recipe, I would normally use fresh thyme, but unfortunately, I was in a bit of a rush today. And at Whole Foods, yes, Whole Foods, would you believe it? They didn't have fresh thyme. Of all the places, Whole Foods should have fresh thyme. But they were out of fresh thyme. So I have dried thyme. I never advocate for the use of dried herbs. I'm just not a huge fan of them. I always prefer to use fresh herbs, but tonight we will have to make the sacrifice and use dried herbs. I'm sorry to let you all down. I'm so sorry. Okay, so speaking of the thyme, it's right here. At least it's brand new, right? I just bought it. So it's as dried, fresh as it could be. You like dried herbs, Allie Fox? Yeah, they're not terrible. It's just, I try to use everything fresh. I prefer fresh. I'm a proponent of fresh ingredients. It's a little warm in here. However, I've got the window open. I knew I'd get there eventually. Got the window open and it is just a fantastic breeze. Loving it. So yeah, let these cook down for just a little bit longer. Rice still has about 6 minutes on it in the timer. So we're gonna let this cook down. The rice down to a nice brown, or the mushrooms down to a nice brown. When this is done, we're going to add the garlic and the thyme. Let's see, what else can we put in there? Hey, what's up, loud dog? Pinch of sugar. Okay. Alright, so, sugar. We'll need a pinch of sugar. Okay, so, these mushrooms are getting pretty close. What's my favorite style of cooking? I don't know. I'm a big fan of Mexican food. I like Italian food. I'm a fan of all kinds of cooking, really. I like food. Couldn't tell. Garlic, thyme, sugar. Put the garlic in. Since it is dried thyme, unfortunately, I'm going to be generous with it. Put a bunch of thyme in there. And the sugar, well, the sugar is to help calm the wine because it'll be very acidic when we put that in there. Put the sugar off to the side. Get this stirred a little bit. You can smell this. Oh, goodness. Little bacon. Little beef. Oh, yeah. So the next step will involve adding the tomato paste. We'll get that open. Okay. Careful on the edges. Alright. Tablespoon-ish. Quite liberal with my ingredients adding. Okay, so we'll add this, get it all mixed in. The mushrooms, which are already smelling delicious. Now we're gonna add a little tomato. Get that all mixed in. Cook that for about 2 minutes. Drink some beer. It's always a good thing to drink some beer. They smell amazing, Alley Fox, I'll tell you what. Alright. So then, after this cooks, so next step will be to add the wine, but I decided to remove it from the heat once this is cooked. So take it away from the heat. You can still see it right there. That's actually a good shot. Take your wine, which should be a nice red wine, something dark and luscious, delicious. Half cup. Oh, rice is done. So turn off the timer. I'm just going to open this up for a second so that it doesn't continue to cook. Half a cup of wine. Oops. Oops. A little bit more than a half a cup. I'm sorry. Okay. So then you bring this over here and you're going to bring it back to a boil. My bad, guys. I need to put in more wine than I was intending to. It'll be just awful. Get this in here. Cook for a minute or two. So at this point what you're looking to do is reduce the amount of wine that's in here about roughly, like a half or so. You want to get rid of most of the wine that's in there to boil it down so that it goes. Oh yeah, let me grab the devil dish. I promise I didn't put anything in the microwave. That never happened. Since they were frozen onions, it only made sense. Okay. So we're reducing the wine still at this point. Looking good. Getting all those mushrooms up in that sauce. In that saucy sauce. Yes, yes, yes. We're just gonna let that cook for a little bit longer. Let me check the rice here real quick. Let's see how things are looking in the rice category. That's good. Turning it off. Covering it back up. The rice is perfect. Not overcooked, not undercooked. Just right in that beautiful, perfectly cooked arena. Okay. So I need to do also. Alright. Okay. So I decided I wanted to thicken the sauce even further. So now I want to bring in the pearl onions and I want to put in 1 cup of broth. I recommend low sodium broth for this because it's already going to be pretty salty. So 1 cup of low sodium beef broth. Okay. And mix around a little bit. Now, while this is coming back up to a boil, you have time to mix together what you need now, which is a 1 tablespoon of flour and 2 tablespoons of water, and you'll mix them together in a separate bowl, and then you'll add them to the pot. What this is going to do is this is going to thicken your sauce so that it's a nice thick sauce as opposed to a runny one. You know how we like our sauces thick. Should have enough water. So I'm going to mix this together so that when it's done, it looks something a little bit like this. It's like a white paste, kind of liquidy. Mash down any flour bits that you've got in there. And go ahead and pour that in. And then mix it down, bring it back up to a boil. Bring it back up to a boil at this point and let it reduce by a little bit. The whole thing with this dish is reduce, 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 reduce. Everything needs to be reduced. Okay, so now we're going to add a little bit of salt. And I use sea salt. And pardon my pepper. Need to put peppercorns in my grinder. Keep forgetting. Okay, okay. That pepper all up in there. I like my pepper. I like my pepper. I like my pecker too. So we're going to reduce this down to its beautiful, beautiful, glistening, awesome state. Once it comes to a bubble like this, it starts to get up there, we're going to add the meat back in. There you are, meat. We missed you! Alright, now everything's coming together nicely. Now we cook this for about 3 to 5 minutes with the meat in there, so we can have it at a delicious, you know, I like to eat my meat at about medium, so this would be at about a good medium cook. Get it stirred up, and we're just going to let it cook now for a few minutes. So now that that's cooking and I don't have to wait on anything else, I can see what's going on over here in Chatland. Well, hello there. Oh, look who's talking in chat. Hey guys. We're talking about flour in the freezer, huh? Yeah, I never understood the flour in the freezer either. When she started doing it here, I was kind of, I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to handle it. I just roll with the punches, I guess. You want flour in the freezer? Fine, put flour in the freezer. Could be worse, I guess. Could be a lot worse. Alright, I'm gonna start cleaning up a little bit. Get rid of a few things. So yeah, so we're just letting that cook now. It's all seasoned up, ready to go. Basically just want to reduce the sauce a little bit, and mostly at this point what we're doing is we want to bring the meat to a point where it's actually like fully cooked. At this point I'm guessing we're at about a medium rare. So I'm gonna let it cook for just a little bit. You can still see some pink parts in there, so we're gonna let it cook for just about another 2 minutes or so. To be to my taste. You can cook it to whatever your taste is. Okay. Not here for time. I'm gonna add a little bit more time. Just because we can. And we should. Generous amounts of time. Alright, so yeah, as you can see, this is pretty much what the finished meat portion of the dish looks like. Everything in here is going to be really tender. We did get the tenderloin, which as I mentioned previously is the way lower fat percentage than a beef shoulder or another piece of meat that you would use typically for some sort of stew like this. But because of the time constraints, and I didn't want to throw something in the oven for 3 hours and say, hey guys, let's sit here and talk for 3 hours. I made the beef tenderloin choice so that it could cook a lot more quickly. It's your wine. Come in. So yeah, in case you couldn't figure it out, I am not alone. We can play games for 3 hours. So someone's gonna drink the wine. We're gonna mix this up a little bit more. Let it cook for just a little bit more. Want to make sure it's perfectly done to my liking. It smells fantastic, I'll tell you what. Oh, my beer. I keep putting my beer in the way. You're gonna come steal it? No way. No way, Geek said it all. You can't have it. We can share it, though. I'm the only one here who's gonna eat anything with meat in it, so you should come. Shadow Wolf, what's up, my friend? Carefree, what's up? Oh, I know. Hey, I know who Carefree is. I was told the other day who that person is. I know who you are. Hello to you, person. I'm really happy to have you here. So yeah, so this is pretty much done at this point. Going to turn it off. And get ready for the plating. The wild plating. Okay, so here's our rice. Well, I want something a little bit more scoopy. This will be scoopy enough for me. Okay, so plating of this, I would put. We'll put it on a plate. I think we can do a plate with this. So you can see this. A little bit of rice. 1 of these 3 pieces on the sides. Bad for business. Guess I'll use this. I'll use a ladle because this will be perfect. So then, take some beef, put it on the rice. That delicious sauce. And there you go, my friends. Quick and easy beef bourguignon cooked with love by your friend, the Lost Time Lord. I hope it looks fantastic, everybody. I certainly hope you enjoyed cooking with me. It has been a fantastic time. I appreciate you guys coming out. It's been great. What's going to happen now is I have to end the stream here on this computer, and then I have to copy over the I gotta copy over the Ankbot data, bring it upstairs, copy that over, and then we can get going on the gaming part of the stream. So I want to say thank you, everybody, for coming out. It's a pretty fantastic looking dish. I'm pretty happy with it. As you can see, we have some erroneous stuff on the plate. Party foul. Oh no, it moved. Ah! Anyways, you get the idea. Before it was all ruined. And it looks pretty fantastic. So yeah, guys, thank you so much. I'm going to copy Sarah Jane Bot's brain exactly, and I'm going to bring everything over. And then I'm going to go upstairs. So I'll be back in about 20-ish minutes, guys. I'll try to make it quicker. Okay? So thank you guys for coming out. I appreciate it. That's dinner. First half of the cooking stream. I will be back in about 20 minutes, guys. Enjoy your time. Be right back. Love you.